What's going on YouTube? Tyler here with Content Evolve, bringing you another how-to video. And today we are going to show you how to add that blur effect to your webcam. Now, normally you would have to have an expensive, DSLR or a mirrorless camera to get this kind of, effect to where, your background's blurred behind you. And now if you have an Nvidia graphics card, you can actually do the same thing. Let's go ahead and show you how. All right. So first things first, you're going to have to download Nvidia Broadcast onto your PC. And then you will get this Nvidia Broadcast mini screen right here. So I have my webcam and the resolution I want it on. And then this background effect comes from here. You turn it on and you see how the back is completely blurred if I go all the way. You don't want to overdo it. So I kind of try and stay right here and I give it the quality. You'll want to click these settings right here because this is where, when you're in OBS, you actually have your camera settings. This is how you do it for the Nvidia blur effect. So I've already got my settings. It's going to kind of depend on your lighting situation of what you do. I will say, make sure everything is unchecked. So low light, uncheck, focus, uncheck it, bring it all the way down to 0. Exposure is normally -5. So you'll see how it gets brighter. So we want to give it that kind of darker look. And then we use our other settings here to kind of adapt with that. You'll want to have your saturation a little higher. Webcams don't do a great job at providing good quality coloring. Recommend upping that a little bit. Sharpness, I think it's defaulted at 128. We brought it up to 136. You don't want to go overkill with this. It's kind of goes a long way. And then my white balance, some people go all the way. Kind of makes me look like I have a fake spray on tan, like I'm at the Jersey Shore. So we're not going to do that. So let's go back to, I think we're there. Now your gain is going to bring up that white. See how it gets brighter? So we want to go back down and say like 182 is fine. So I've already got that. So that's the first step. All right. Step number 2, you're going to have to add a source. You're going to do a video capture. I already have it here as a blurred cam. I would go to video capture device. So I would be creating a new one, and then I would be selecting the broadcast as you see me here. And then I would do custom resolution 1080. I match it because most webcams, I guess, unless you get to the higher end ones, they typically will do 1080 at 30 FPS. So I just say match it. Color space 709, color range full, not partial. And then I disable the buffering. So that way, there's no adjustment of the camera while I am live streaming, and then therefore it looks clear the whole time. And that is all you need to do. Make sure it's set up. Now, I will say with the Nvidia broadcast, you want to make sure before you open OBS that you set up your Nvidia broadcast screen first. So make sure that you go to camera, turn this on, and then you click on OBS, because if you do it otherwise, it'll say your camera's in use somewhere else. And then for some reason, I have to restart my PC, and that's always a pain. So remember, Nvidia Broadcast, open that up first, then OBS, and you're all set. All right, we'll head on over to the next screen and we'll show you what the end result looks like. Here it is, final look. I've got this blurred background behind me. You can kind of still make out my lights. It's not overkill. You don't want to go to where your background's completely blurred. I honestly could kind of take it down a notch. But to me, this looks good. Gives me that same effect. My front focus here of my body, my microphone, my chair is not blurred. And the software is very intelligent. It picks up on that. And this is a very easy, convenient way to get that, like I said, that expensive camera blur that you see on mirrorless and DSLRs. So if you have an Nvidia graphics card, this is the way to go. Easiest way you can possibly get that blur effect. Did you know about the blur effect with Nvidia software? I definitely love this. It's really just plug and play. download the software, add the source in OBS, and you're set with some minor tweaks to your video settings, which I showed you. Like I said, you're going to have to adjust some of those settings depending on your lighting situation. I actually have a front key light. I've got one right here. And then I also have the blue one in the background. So it kind of lights my face up. I don't necessarily need as much gain as someone else might, depending on your lighting situation. And I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.